Looks like it's starting to rain again more. This really might become an in-camp kind of day. Good morning, everyone. I believe it is Wednesday today. You do lose track of time when you're out here, which I think is the purpose of a trip like this. It's been raining for hours now, but it looks like it's finally getting a little bit better. I see the clouds break up a little bit. I wouldn't call it sunshine, but it's a little bit more light. This is where I set up my tent. It's a nice place. It would be great in the summer because it's a little bit shaded, but at this time of year it doesn't really matter. The fireplace might be a little bit close to the tent, but with this rain every day, I don't know if I'm even gonna be able to make a fire. And unfortunately, as humans are, they left their trash. Foil from cooking. Yeah. Why can't people just clean up after themselves? I don't know. Yeah, it's a big open space here. There's another nice little campsite down in here somewhere. This is a really nice and hidden spot here. I didn't even see it at first. That's nice. And then there's another neat little place to sit at down this way. So apparently this campsite can be reached from two places. From this one here and from the other one that we used. But this also looks like a cool place for a camp. It's a little crooked, but it actually is kind of neat. And a way with the canoe to come up here. But it's so beautiful. So beautiful, these colors. And everywhere I see these flowers as well. I don't know what they are, but I've seen a bunch of them already. Fall colors everywhere. I love it. Sitting here, just finished my breakfast. But I have all these birds singing around me, so hopefully the mic picks it up. It's so cute. I'm just really content to be out here. I needed it for so long. The summer has just been crazy busy, even though traveling was already allowed, but I wasn't able to go anywhere. So here I am in the fall for the first time since February. So yeah, if you're watching this and if you're one of my dedicated viewers that have been asking if I'm okay and if I'm going on trips again, I am sorry that I haven't posted any trips lately. Only my little home videos from Montreal, the little series I call In Search of the Light. And but yeah, I thank you for sticking with me in times like this when I'm not able to film as much. That's how it goes sometimes. But the future holds great things. There are so many places to explore all around the world, really, but even close to your neighborhood. So even if you're the same as me and you haven't been able to go anywhere or even hike or something, just take some time off for yourself, by yourself or with your loved ones, with friends, and get out here, because it's just pure energy that you get back from it. It's something you can't get when you're stuck at home or stuck in the city at work. You don't get this kind of feeling like you do out here. It just completely recharges your battery and lets you breathe easy. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, I'm still debating what I'm gonna do. I think I might take the chance to actually go, because it does look really nice now. The sun's poking out once in a while. It's stopped raining for about an hour now, so chances are pretty good. But I'm gonna check the weather real quick on my InReach Mini, and I'll actually want to show that to you, because that's pretty cool. I use the InReach Mini to contact my loved ones, of course, so they know that I'm okay. I do that every day. And when I start paddling somewhere or hiking somewhere, I start tracking where I go, and then I tell my friends and my loved ones again that I'm leaving, and so they can actually follow me on the website where I'm going. And if they don't hear back from me again, they can send for help. Hopefully that will never happen. But I have the InReach Mini on all the time when I'm up, so if something happens, I can quickly reach out, use the SOS function, which calls in people that rescue me, basically, and the InReach Mini will help them locate me. So it's a part of the service of a monthly fee that I'm super happy to pay for, because it's, it could be my life at stake. You see the little Bluetooth icon maybe up there. When I have Bluetooth on my phone, it automatically talks to one another. So Earthmate is the app that it talks to. And here's actually the weather from yesterday. Rain 40% today, then 30%, then 10% on Friday. Pretty much I'm going to deal with rain all the time. But let's refresh this and see what it comes up with. Get the forecast. So now, hopefully you can see that on the InReach Mini you have that little arrow pointing up, which means it's calling the satellite to get the latest information for me. And that was the noise that it sent the information. Oh, now it updated. Pretty much all day, 40% until the afternoon, and then it looks like the evening is going to get better. I can hear the rain coming already again. You have several options here what you can do. You can send messages, you can look up a map, you can track where you're going, send an SOS, check waypoints. And since I'm in the process of showing you my apps, I might as well show you all the others, what I use on my trips. You have Gaia GPS over here, which is my favorite one for hiking. I track where I'm going, I plan my route before I leave for hiking, and so while I hike I can check to make sure that I'm still on the right course. Then we just looked at Earthmate. Filmic Pro I use for filming on my phone. It has a lot of good settings, good quality, and I can set the exposure pretty well with it. And then SnapBridge is the one that connects to my Nikon, and I can remote control the Nikon with it, take video and photos with it. The same is for the GoPro app. It connects to my GoPro, and when I film underwater, for instance, it's pretty handy to see what I'm doing. Moment is also a great filming app and photo app, but I still haven't learned it really well, so I haven't used it on this trip yet. Motive Audio is for my Shure mic that connects to my iPhone. It's a very high quality mic. And here's the native app, Measure from Apple, and I use it to level out my phone. And the last one I want to show you is actually Avenza Maps, and this is the one I use when I paddle here. It has a layer that's called Jeff Maps that I loaded into Avenza Maps, and Jeff's Maps has detailed route planning for paddling here in Algonquin Park. It has all of the portages and how long they are, how long it takes to paddle from one point to another, where all the campsites are, and things that are of interest. Another thing that I wanted to show you is the way I collect my trash now. I told you yesterday that I use the Ziploc bags from my dehydrated food as trash bags, and then I ended up just throwing them out. Well, I still like the Ziploc idea because it seals things really well. Inside it, I have a compostable bag. Put my trash in here, and then I throw this bag out. And this one here, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna clean it out. I'm gonna save it for another time for trash again. And that way, it's a little bit more environmentally friendly. We just finished breakfast and I'm ready to hang up my food bag. I told you about this earth sack before. It's like super sturdy and nothing can bite through it. But if you do have a chance to hang it up on a branch like high up in a tree. I would always prefer that method over just hanging it pretty low and then still maybe having a bear mess with it. I don't know. I never saw a bear in my life. Hopefully I never will, but I will always prepare myself for it. The earth sack has a really sturdy rope and it crosses inside, and that way you can cinch it really tight on both sides of the rope. You cinch it as tight as you can, and then you make 2 overhand knots. One faces one way. It's really hard to do this in the air. And the other one you do the other way around with the opposite rope on top. So that way this stays really tight. And if I hang it around a tree, I use the rest of it to hang into the tree. But now that I'm hanging it over a branch, I'm just going to make a figure 8 knot down here. Like this. And you can look up those knots if you don't know how they're made. But they're pretty easy. And then I just do one other one just in case, I don't know. One extra one. But the figure 8 knot is really sturdy. So this is the bag, ready to hang up on a tree. The other thing that you need is of course a rope and a carabiner. And a rock. But let me show you this first. I'm actually using this little net here. It comes from garlic. Yeah, it's a garlic net, and it just kind of compresses nicely. It's super lightweight, pretty sturdy, and I just put my rope, my line in here and just bunch it up. I don't try to put it in nicely because it'll just tangle up. I'll just stuff it in, and whatever comes out the top, that's pretty much the last thing you stuffed in, so it will always feed well. And when you're done with it, you just put it in the same way. It takes a little time, but it's worth it. This line is reflective, by the way, so at night if I need a late night snack, I can find my tree easily. So I feed enough rope. I say rope, it's not rope, but I feed enough of it to go over the tree. I put the rest of it in my little bag here. And yes, you can buy some other bag, but why waste money if you love garlic as I do and you buy it all the time? Then this is the perfect little bag. I put my rock in for weight, and then I just make a little knot at the top of it here, and this holds well. So let's go down to the tree where I want to hang this over the branch. So I'm going to throw my little bundle over the branch and then hang up my bag. Let's see. You want this to be very high up and fall over so nothing can get to it. And this is perfect right here. Nope. There. And on this side I have my carabiner. That's where the bag will go. So I'll just clip that in. There. And then I just tie the end in here real tight. It seemed like it stopped raining again for a moment, but I'm still in my tent because this is the show and tell episode. And the next thing I want to show you is all of the layers that I brought for this trip. Remember when we first started, it was summer basically. It was almost too warm for a long sleeve, but now it's getting colder, and by the end of the trip I'll probably wear a warm jacket. So first we have a tank top to put underneath. Pretty much works for anything as another layer or just by itself. Then I have a long sleeve shirt here that I love to wear. It feels very comfortable and it dries really fast too. I have another long sleeve that I'm wearing right now, which is white, and it works especially well for instance when you paddle or when you're outdoors and the sun is shining, and it just keeps the sun away from you. Then I have a long sleeve thermal layer, and it has kind of this cool material inside. It really keeps you warm. I use it as one of the layers in winter camping, also when I sleep in winter camping. But because it's going to get so cold, I brought it on this trip as well. It doesn't take up much space. It really folds down small, but it keeps you really warm. And speaking of thermal layer, this is the pants version of it. Has the same kind of cool pattern inside. I think the gap's supposed to kind of keep the warmth in, kind of like a layer of warm air. And again, they're really nice and warm. And I use them mostly in the winter, but I brought them on this trip too. And here's a pair of old fleece pants that I have. I'm not going to put them on during the day underneath because they're kind of big and bulky. But at night they make a perfect layer for sure to sleep in. And then of course I have my trusty Fjallraven G1000, which I love and I wear all day in all weather, in the summer and in the winter. It keeps the wind out, it keeps the mosquitoes away because they can't bite through here. It's water resistant depending on how much you treat it with the wax that you can buy separately from them. And I love all the pockets. It's a weird way to show you these pants while I'm wearing them, but yeah, it has a pocket here, a smaller one here. Super sturdy. I feel like I will never kill them. I will wear them until I don't fit anymore in these pants, or I don't know, until I stop going outdoors, which will never happen. So I also have my down jacket here. It compresses pretty small as well, and the reflective material kind of works like a emergency blanket. It reflects the heat back at you. And for normal cold temperatures, it's okay. For the middle of winter, it's not warm enough. And last but not least is, of course, my rain gear that I hung up on my little thing here. Those are both breathable actually, and they fit into their own little pockets. This one is much smaller. It really goes down to nothing, to a small size. This one is more sturdy, a little bit more robust, but it's not Gore-Tex. But it feels perfect. So here I have my white long sleeve shirt that I mentioned, that I wear for paddling, for climbing, for anything that exposes me to the sun, but now I just brought it as another layer to wear. And then of course my fleece jacket over it, which I had maybe since early 2000. It's an REI jacket and it's still holding strong. It's top quality. Love the little zipper here and two side zippers. But I think I'm wearing out one of the elbows. Hold on. There. So I just don't want to give up this jacket because I love it so much. So I think I can deal with the elbow for now until I get a replacement one day. And I almost forgot the really cold winter day gear. This is for my neck, a fleece thing. I don't know what they call them. Yeah, I just pull that over my head and it's really warm. These windproof gloves I had forever and ever, and they're still perfect. And I would even paddle in them. They would protect me from the wind, and because it's synthetic and with fleece inside, they would keep me warm also. My wool socks and a hat. So I'm really prepared all the way from hot temperatures that we had earlier to freezing temperatures that we'll have later on in the week. The rain has finally stopped for now. It's been nothing but rain all day, off and on. Just when I was ready to head out of the tent, it started drizzling again. But now I'm ready for dinner, and I'm having creamy potato cheddar soup. I almost broke my own rule and wanted to make dinner in the tent, but then I was like, nah. I always tell people to eat away from the tent and brush your teeth away from the tent and all that. So I'm not breaking my own rule most of the time. Enjoying the view so much that I almost forgot my food. It's been sitting there longer than it needs to. And it's really like mashed potatoes. It may not look very delicious, but it smells good. It's good.